It was ranked as the number 19 video game publisher in 2005 and had fallen to number 20 in 2006, according to the magazine Game Developer. Late 2000s and bankruptcy filing. In 2006 and 2007, Midway lost a further $77 million on sales of $166 million and $100 million on sales of $157 million, respectively. It continued to finance its business with debt offerings and other credit arrangements. As of 2007, Midway Games was engaged in a legal battle with Mind Shadow Entertainment for the Pizzapops video game rights. Mind Shadow alleged that Midway copied Pizzapops' story from a screenplay written and owned by their client. On December 2nd, 2008, Judge Florence Marie Cooper of the United States District Court for the Central District of California issued a ruling granting summary judgment on all counts in Midway's favor. Judge Cooper found no evidence of copyright infringement. On March 6, 2007, Midway reported that it had entered into a new $90 million credit arrangement with National Amusements, a company controlled by Sumner Redstone. Midway CEO David Zucker stated that the introduction of Unreal Tournament 3 and the company's growing success in mass-market games were setting it up for a significant 2008. On March 21st, 2008, Zucker resigned as CEO. He was the third executive to resign from the company in 3 months. Succeeding Zucker as CEO was former Senior Vice President Matt Booty. During the summer of 2008, in an effort to trim costs, Midway's closed its Los Angeles and Austin studios. These closures left Midway with 4 studios in Chicago, Seattle, San Diego, and Newcastle, England. During this time, Midway just released TNA Impact and Blitz the League 2 around September/October 2008 under the Midway Studios Los Angeles office before its closure, and the San Diego branch Midway Games San Diego/Midway Home Entertainment. In November 2008, Midway reported that its crash and other resources may not be adequate to fund working capital requirements, and that it would need to initiate cost-cutting measures or seek additional liquidity sources. On November 20th, 2008, Midway retained Lazard to assist it in the evaluation of strategic and financial alternatives. The next day, Midway received a NYSE delisting notice after its stock price fell below $1. Midway's last title, Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe, released around this time in November 2008. On December 2nd, 2008, Sumner Redstone sold his 87% stake in Midway Games to Mark Thomas, a private investor, through his company MT Accusation Holdings LLC. Thomas's company paid approximately $100,000 or $0.0012 per share. Thomas also received $70 million of Midway's debt owed to Redstone. National Amusements took a significant loss on the sale, although the loss allowed it to benefit from tax losses. In December 2008, Midway disclosed that it might default on $240 million of debt after the sale of stock to Thomas triggered clauses in 2 bond issues totaling $150 million of debt that allowed bondholders to demand full repayment. In 2008, Midway lost $191 million on sales of $220 million, and Redstone's sale of his shares to Thomas eliminated Midway's ability to take advantage of the accumulated net operating losses and other tax assets potentially worth more than $700 million. On February 12, 2009, Midway and its U.S. subsidiaries filed for bankruptcy protection under Chapter 11 of the U.S. Bankruptcy Code. The company began to operate as debtor in possession. A company spokesperson said, "We felt this as a logical next step for our organization, considering the change in control triggered the acceleration of the repayment options. We're looking to reorganize and come out of the other side stronger." 2009 sales of assets. Midway announced on May 21, 2009, it had received a takeover bid from Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, valued at more than $33 million to acquire most of the company's assets, including Midway's Chicago and Seattle studios and rights to the Mortal Kombat and Wheelman series. The offer did not include the San Diego and Newcastle studios or the TNA video game series. Midway had previously worked with Warner Brothers on several games, including Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. Midway announced on May 28, 2009 that it would accept bidding offers on up to June 24, 2009 to acquire some or all of the company's assets. An auction was to be held on June 29th, followed by a court hearing to approve the sales of the winning bidder or bidders. However, no other bids were placed for Midway's assets, and so the auction was canceled. On July 1st, 2009, the bankruptcy court approved the sale of most of the company's assets to Warner Brothers, subject to the intellectual property claims of a third party, Threshold Entertainment, which produced 2 Mortal Kombat films and some of Mortal Kombat Entertainment properties. On July 8, 2009, Midway disclosed that it intended to close the San Diego studio by September. However, on August 19, 2009, THQ purchased the San Diego studio for $740 million, extinguished Midway obligations to it. On July 10, 2009, pursuant to the terms of settlement agreement that was approved by the bankruptcy court, Midway agreed to pay the affiliates of its majority owner, Mark Thomas, approximately $4.7 million in full satisfaction of all Midway debt to Thomas and his affiliates, and Thomas and his affiliates granted to Midway's creditors committee Thomas and his affiliates granted to Midway's creditors committee an irrevocable proxy to vote his controlled shares of common stock in Midway and forever relinquished the right to vote or dispose of the shares. The settlement reduced Thomas's claims by 93%, and Midway continued to operate as a debtor in possession. Also on July 10, 2009, the sales of assets to Warner Brothers was completed. The total gross purchase price for the sale was approximately $49 million, including receivables and Warner Brothers assumed liabilities. The sale also triggered payments under Midway's key employee incentive plan and approximately $2.4 million to company executives. The company, Midway Chicago Studio, responsible for the Mortal Kombat series and other games, became part of Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment and was later rebranded NetherRealm Studios.